Ball alert, it's a ball alert. Work for them dollars, yeah. Ball alert, it's a ball alert. Work for them dollars, yeah. Ball alert, it's a ball alert. Work for them dollars, yeah.
Hello and welcome to Ask Mo with Bupa Running. I'm Gavin Ramjaun. The nation's athletes are entering the all-important final stages of their preparation for this summer's Olympic Games. Training regimes have stepped up, time on the track and in the gym has increased, and time to enjoy the world outside of their event is dwindling, but all with one goal in mind: medal success in London this summer. One man who knows all about this is 5,000 metre and 10,000 metre hopeful Mo Farah, who's joining us now. Mo, how are you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Also joining me today is Anna Cassell, the Guardian athletics correspondent, who will also be putting some questions to Mo. So coming up on the show today, Mo tells us about how his training and preparation is going. We'll then talk about his life off the track, what keeps him so focused, and of course we'll hopefully get a live demonstration of that celebration taking Twitter by storm, the Mobot, and all of your questions to Mo will be answered live. Now don't forget, we are live today, so if you have any questions for Mo, please use the box on your screen and we'll do our best to tackle them over the course of the next 15 minutes or so. And if you are tweeting whilst watching the show, please use the hashtag AskMo or submit your questions through the Bupa Running or the Guardian website and we'll try and give you a mention. We want to hear from you. So Mo, Team GB's hopefuls were in action this weekend at the Olympic trials. What did you make of their performances?
No, the trials went well. There's a lot of athletes who performance were really good, so it's not long to go now. We were really looking forward to it, and I think it's going to be incredible because Olympic doesn't often come around, but we're going to have it right on our doorstep, so it's going to be amazing.
Brilliant stuff, yeah.
Mo, I was at the trials, and the last time I saw you there, you had just run the heats of the 1500, and we were expecting to see you in the final. What happened?
Yeah, I had a call from my coach Alberto Salazar, who's based in the US, and my plan was always try and compete both of them in the heat and the final. And he called me and said things are looking good. I just don't want to take any risks. You're going to be racing on Wednesday, taking part in the European Championship, where I want to defend my title in the 5,000 metres. So it's better to save your legs, and if you can get away with not running in the final, you should do that. And that's the decision we made. But yeah, I was a bit disappointed in myself, but you know, I'm sorry to let people down in a way. But I just want to save my legs.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Mo, you know you train with sort of altitude, don't you, to sort of boost the fitness levels. How is that going, and what difference does it make from yourself doing a long distance to someone who is maybe doing a sprint or a medium distance?
It's a lot different. It works out better for endurance athlete, long distance slash 5,000, 10,000 metres. And what it does to you when you higher altitude training, you build more red blood cells, so same as you can carry more oxygen through the body. So that's why I base myself up in the mountains and just train as hard there. And you come back to sea level, it makes your performance a lot better. And you can run faster without breathing hard or getting tired.
Brilliant. We're going to ask you a question about keeping a level head then. When you're in a race and it goes to a really close finish, the last few hundred metres, this is from Elia Johnson on Twitter, how do you cope with that and what goes through your mind?
There's a lot of stuff going through your mind. First of all, you've got to pace yourself. You have to not get carried away. For example, in the 10,000 metres, I've got 25 laps around the track, so I'll make sure I sort of start off steady. And I'm supposed to be where I am, and the coach and I will come up tactics, says this is my strongest thing, what I should do. This is my opposition. So and so he's be good at in the sprint finish. He'd be good at 2 laps out, 1 lap out. So I make sure I'm ahead of them at that point. I'm close to them, and then you've got to always have that bit left at the end. And as you know, Degi came so close, but I think I'll definitely be honest with you. I went too early, and you know I paid the price. But at the same time, you know I learned a lot from that. And when it comes to 5,000 metres, I did better.
So how much do you think that home advantage will mean to you in competition for that gold at London 2012? And that's from Luke Christian Cooper from Leeds, again on Twitter.
Yeah, no, definitely it's going to give you a big advantage. If I think about it, if the crowds are shouting out your name and cheering you on the last bit, you don't want to disappoint them.
In that stadium as
well. So you just want to go all out and hopefully give them that bit more. And it's going to make a big difference, and we're very excited.
What do you make about that, Anna, then, the home support?
It's something that's talked about a lot, isn't it? It's support, but it's also pressure. And I know Charles, the head coach, has looked at talking to Kathy Freeman and Michael Johnson, people who've experienced it before. Have you spoken to any of those?
I haven't spoken to any of them, but I would love to see what they think. But everybody's different, and in a way, it depends how you see it. If you're not scared, but if you think, oh yeah, I must do for these people, or must do that, then it'd be hard. But if you just think about how hard you work and what you put into and what you want to achieve, and then look at it in a positive way, then it could come. That could give you that lot more because always if you think about football and home team and away team, home team seems to do better. So I'm thinking in a way, yeah, we should definitely do better.
Mo, Jonathan on Twitter wants to know, what are your final preparations in the month before the Olympics, and how will you stay calm before the race? That's a good question, how you stay calm, because your nerves must be just,
it's through the
going
roof,
through
mate.
the roof, yeah.
Yeah, no, the nerves are through the roof, for definite. What people forget is like, leading up to a race, you prepare for the race, everything goes well, and then an hour and a half before to an hour and 45 minutes before, there's a first call room. You go through and then they check you out, and then they let you do a couple of strides, and then they take you to like a changing room. And it's like an empty room kind of pretty much, and everybody's just getting changed front of the other. And that's the most nerve-wracking moment in anything really, because you watching the other things, everything's quiet, you do your numbers, you do everything, you get ready, and then that's the one I get the most nervous. And then when I come to the track, I feel like it's a relief, because you're just not in that room anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've got to deal with it later. But when you get nervous, it's a good thing. It means you're up for it and you want to do well.
Good stuff. So brilliant. We are live. Remember, keep your questions coming in. Use the box at the bottom of your screen or the hashtag AskMo. Keep them coming in. We will put them to Mo. Anna will also be helping out with the questions as well. So make sure you keep those questions coming in. Now, Mo, we know that you do like to train very hard, training at altitude, a big thing for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
But we also know that you like to have a bit of fun. So we can have a look at a bit of a VT now,
Okay.
showing a bit of your funny side from a race with a difference. Let's have a look at this.
Hello and welcome to the Booper Fancy That Challenge. Mo Farah looking in superb shape as he limbers up, but he knows this is going to be a tough challenge. He's certainly going into unknown territory. His opponents in lane 1, Spud. In lane 2, the double European gold medalist Mo Farah. And in lane 3, it's Coco, who doesn't look like he's clowning around. He looks like he's in good shape.
On your marks.
And a look of steely-eyed determination on the double European gold medalist.
Get set.
Away they go then, and a good start by all three as they head down the 100 metres. But wait a minute, this isn't the race I expected at all. They're going to do it in fancy dress as well, and it looks as though they're going to do a sack race. Well, I don't think Mo prepared for this one, and he's bagged it off the line for sure. Away goes Spud, and Coco's there too. Next stage, another stop here, and they're going to go egg and spoon. Well, this really is no yoke. Quick change for Mo. And on goes the race, and he's still behind as Spud, slightly wobbling there, but it's now Coco with the advantage. And another change here, and it looks as though Mo's going cowboy. Well, those chaps are going to chafe over the hurdles for sure. Away they go then, over the hurdle. Spud leads, Coco second, and Mo still bringing up the rear. He's in trouble here as we come to the closing stages. One more change to go. McLaren to the left, Joker to the right, and in the middle, Mo on a horse. Coming down to the closing stages, and here we go. Mo takes it by a nose. Oh, brilliant stuff. Mo Farah wins. Let's hear from him.
I feel good, thanks to Dovey. He worked hard right at the end, and it was exciting.
Hilarious stuff there, Mo. So that horse, is it your new best mate? What was it for?
He's my best mate, yeah.
Yeah, tell us a bit more about that little event that you just did there.
It was a fancy dress thing where we did for Booper, and had a wicked day that day, and it was just, it was just unbelievable. And I had the good fun, and the horse, got it right at the end. So I was, as you can see, I was so far behind, and then came through right at the end. And
the training regime that you do, how do you make sure that it doesn't take over your life?
Yeah, you got to sort of train through and have fun at the same time. That's what it's about. If you wasn't having fun, then I won't be in the sport. So it's important that you enjoy it and you take every moment of it. Later on in life, you ain't going to come back to that sport. So that's how I think about trying to think about positive and enjoy it, because there's a lot of people who would love to be like me and do what I do, but unfortunately, not good enough, or they got jobs and stuff. So just enjoy it, whatever we were doing.
Mo, we've heard about some of your space age equipment that you use. Can you just run through some of the weird and wacky things you use to prepare?
There's a lot of stuff in terms of endurance athlete. You spend a lot of time in the mountains. That's always hard. It's never an easy thing. Other than
what about the underwater treadmill?
Yeah, the underwater treadmill. Yeah. Underwater treadmill is a big thing, big advantage to me. So when you're training so hard and doing 100 miles a week and week out, sometimes your body just can't take that bit more. So underwater treadmill is designed to take that pressure off your feet. So it's basically, if you think about it, there's a pool and there's a treadmill, and you're just basically running in that, and it's got a water thing coming out, so it's pushing you away. So you're just kind of saving your legs that bit more, and also the chamber, this nitrogen chamber. It's like it's a nitrogen with balance with something else, but you've got to keep moving around. You can't stay there too much because you only spend like a 2.5 minutes. So if you stay there any longer, I will freeze. But you just keep moving around. So
sounds intensive.
yeah, it is. It's better than ice bath though, for sure.
Yeah, true.
It's better than ice bath, because ice bath you get wet and you're always cold, and that's just only 2.5 minutes. So it's not a problem.
So
but it does give you good recovery.
Sorry, away from all that and kicking back, relaxing, I guess it's an important part of your lifestyle as well. How do you relax? What do you like to do to just get away from it all? Get away from
I like to
training?
have fun with family. I'm always playing with my daughter, playing around, chilling out with the wife. And
I saw your daughter playing around the studio earlier, doing this behind everyone's heads.
Yeah, I know, she's always
She
high.
doing that from you, I bet.
No. And also, I sometimes go online and play FIFA with some of my friends, and my training partner Galen Robb. We're always having a good banter. Me and him playing football and games as two.
Who do you go as? Which team?
I'm always Arsenal, man. You've got to be faith.
Exactly. Don't blame you one bit. We've got to go through a question now from Callum. He's just hashtagged Ask Mo. Good lad, Callum. What is your normal pre-race breakfast?
It's a good one. It depends what time the race is. That's the most important thing. So I look at the race and say if the race is like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I make sure I eat 5 hours before, and I can't have anything like milk or dairy product. I normally have like chicken, some protein, a little bit of carbs, and make sure I'm hydrated. But trying to eat like 4 or 5 hours before a race. That's the most important thing. But I just can't have anything like which is trying to upset my stomach or anything like really like spicy stuff. I just keep it simple.
We've got John Ruddy, who wants to know what kind of exercises you do to avoid injuries. I don't think it's John Ruddy, the Norwich goalkeeper, by the way.
Is it?
No, it's not. It's from Kirkin Tillett. I hope I pronounced that right. What kind of exercises do you do then to avoid the injuries?
Oh,
you
have to do a lot of stuff. People forget. People think, oh yeah, he's a runner and you just run. But there's a lot more to it. I make sure I'm in the gym like 3 or 4 times a week, doing various of exercise, doing my weights, not big weights as you can see, but trying like good weights, balanced weights, and core stability. Make sure sort of you make yourself look like a runner rather than not a runner. Because if I look back at early videos of me when I was younger, I used to rock side to side. That was to do a lot of weakening of my abs and my core. So if you can strengthen that, it can give you good advantage.
Yeah, true. Josh Banks on Twitter wants to know, when you were younger, around about 13 for example, I imagine Josh is 30, how much did you train?
I didn't train a lot. I used to love playing football. I was always kicking around in the park and playing football. I was running around, but I only trained I think I was going to the club twice a week, which is on a Tuesday and a Thursday, and we always just do like a little training, not much at all, because what you got to do as you get older, keep increasing your training.
And you're an Arsenal fan, you mentioned just now.
I'm a massive gooner.
What did you make of this season?
I thought, to be honest with you, a lot of people was writing us off completely and early on, and I was training Kenya at the time, and I said, Arsenal would be back, and then we kept losing, and people were thinking, we'd be lucky to finish in the top 10, and to come away to finish behind Manchester United, Manchester City, and to come third, it was amazing. And above Tottenham. And
the boys as well who are at the Euros, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and Theo Walcott.
Yeah, no,
what did you make of their performance, and about England as well against Italy? What did you think of that?
The lads, I met the lads at the Arsenal ground, and they're amazing guys, and they're still young and growing up. And I think in terms of everyone's performance at England, there was definitely a lot more positive than back in the days, not negative and stuff. But we've still got a young team, and obviously we are disappointed to finish where we finished. But Roy Hyacinth only got the job not long ago, and that's where we are. But we can build on that, and I'm looking forward to having them boys in the GB team, in the camp.
How do you follow Arsenal when you're up in the mountains in Kenya?
I'm always following somewhere through Twitter or Facebook, or try and tune in through the internet. Sometimes having like a small TV and watching, so I'm just always, there's always a way.
And how is it living out in Oregon compared to the UK? Because it's only recently you moved out there, about a year ago now, was it?
Yeah, so it's just over a year now. It's going well. I'm away from everything else, so I can just concentrate on training and forget about everything else. So that's the most important thing. So things are good. Yeah, people always ask me, what's the weather like? It rains a lot more than England. So the weather's not great, but my coach is there, got my training partners, so it's nice to be away from everything.
Goran on Facebook wants to know where did you get the inspiration for the famous Mobot, which we've seen on Twitter. A lot of fans are retweeting it and posting pictures of themselves doing it.
Yeah.
So where did the Mobot come from, and how did you originate it?
That's great to see everyone doing a Mobot. I didn't thought it was going to be as popular as that. I was thinking, oh, am I the only one? So, but it's nice to see people enjoying it. It came from I went on League of Their Own as the guest, and we were talking to, and at the time we had like Jamie Redknapp, James Corden, Clare boarding. And someone else. We were just talking about it, and they were like, who's that ball? It's got this amazing, does that. Mo, you need something. What do you do? I said, I just normally kiss my hands and just do the wings. And they said, oh yeah, and then they come up. The clipboard says, when you come up, there's the YCM, as in like M there, and then O, Mo. And then James Corden goes, oh yeah, we could call it the Mobot. So he just came up.
It would be James Corden, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he just said Mobot. So the Mobot is short for Mo, M-O, and then it's called the Mobot.
Bot, yeah.
Yeah, bot.
A bit like Peter Crouch's robots.
Yeah, that's what they said. That came in as well.
Cup.
They're like, he's doing this and stuff. So, no, I can't do that.
Brilliant stuff. I guess it's something that's just taken Twitter by storm, really. These sort of things, they just spread virally, don't they? You know. And
yeah,
people just
Twitter's the way forward. It's just so easy to get on it and keep your friends, and you can let them know what race you're doing and what you feel and the football.
You're doing the Mobot all the way down the home straight in Birmingham.
Yeah, I know. I did it. I got excited a little bit. I shouldn't have done it.
So, for anyone training for the Great North Run coming up, what advice would you give someone training for that Bupa event? Because it is a tough one. I've been to it before to cover it, and you can just sort of see people gearing up, really going through the motions about how they want to do well.
Sure.
And I believe it's the biggest half marathon.
Yeah, it's for one of the half marathons, the biggest in the world. Sure, yeah.
So you can imagine what the preparation is involved for that. So if someone training for that out there right now is having a bit of difficulty or a bit of trouble inspirationally to get through it, what would you recommend to them?
Mainly, just try and enjoy it, and think about why you're doing it, and and keep training through and enjoy training. That's the most what I enjoy about it. Going for long runs, keep building up your mileage, keep eating well, keep hydrated, and make sure you look after your body. That's the most important thing. If you got a bit of niggle, make sure you see somebody, or you get a massage, or you look after the body. You do or extra little bit of stretching. But more miles you can do, more runs you can do, more fitter you can get, so you can get more further, you can get down the line. So that's how I see it. If I don't train hard, and I know my opposition, so training is harder. So what motivates me to train harder is thinking about my opposition and what I want to achieve. So that person just think about his goals and how well does he want to do, and to improve from his time from last year to this year.
Melissa on Twitter wants to know, if you could excel at any other sporting discipline, what would it be? I think I know the answer to this.
Gotta be football, no question of doubt. I just love to play football, and I'll be running around and there's a football there. I automatically just want to go over and kick it, and the coach is like, hey, don't touch that.
Martin from Twitter, from London as well, wants to know, would you rather play for Arsenal or win the Olympic gold? This is a big question.
It is a big question. So I think for what I've been training and what I've been putting through my body, the Olympics is where it's at. It's you by yourself, and no one knows, up and downs, and as actually everybody thinks, oh, Mo, it's just cool and nothing goes wrong. There's a lot of stuff goes wrong, and you got to deal with that, and sometimes it's not easy. So the most important thing I think is that just having that gold medal would be amazing.
This is from Stevie Beckett on Twitter. He wants to know, apart from being a long distance runner, what would you like to do career wise? Maybe not a footballer, so say like a sort of regular job, a regular 9-to-5 job. What sort of industry or what kind of profession would you like to be if you weren't a runner?
If I wasn't a runner, I've just got too much energy, so you have to be involved something like building or something, to do something
with your hands,
structural, hands, or moving around. I couldn't just sit still, can't do that. So, but later on when I finish my sports, so I'd love to come back into sports and help out kids and do something.
So this, sorry, go on.
Sorry, I was just going to say, Usain Bolt reckons that he's going to play for Man United when he retires from athletics. Do you think you'd play for Arsenal?
I would love to. I will do anything for Wenger. What do we do? I'll hand my medal in, leave it there till I'm there.
What position would you play?
Have to be right midfield or right back. I'll just put me in the wing. I don't think I've got any skills to be in the middle, to be honest with you. Just as long as I can cross the ball, clear it out, and defend. That's the most important thing, right?
This is from Noreen. For me, standing in the start line of a race is a real buzz. It's about getting myself motivated to train for the race, which I mentally struggle with. So again, it's the sort of mental aspect of the training regime. Have you got any tips to make those sessions less of a chore and making them more enjoyable? Because I can kind of empathise with that. Running long distances on the treadmill, for example, with a bit of music maybe.
Sure.
But is there anything you recommend to sort of get through that barrier?
Yeah, no, definitely. Most important thing is he should have like some kind of club where some people at his level, where he can go for runs together, do sessions together, have a laugh, and come over there and enjoy it. Sometimes it's lonely sports by training by yourself and just doing everything by yourself. It gets hard and you don't know where you're at. So it's important that you get people at your level and you train with them or stuff. And also, I'll do a lot of stuff on the treadmill too. So it's not so bad for you. It just depends. You can't do it every day. Occasionally, if you couldn't motivate yourself, then you go into the treadmill and then put your iPod on, and you know what kind of pace you're running. So it's even easier.
Anna here from The Guardian, the athletics correspondent of that newspaper. Is there any other sort of questions that you think Mo might be sort of specialised in answering for the athletics audience?
I think everyone wants to know what you make of Bekele, and is it Mo versus Bekele at the Olympics? Is that the big duel we'll be watching?
I think we can't get excited too much. I think Bekele is a great athlete. What he's achieved, there's a lot of people hasn't achieved, to be world record of the 5,000, 10,000 meters, Olympics, double Olympic champion. It's incredible, and I think he's come in. Obviously, at his level where he's at, he's not that above everybody else. It's kind of similar now. I'm sort of closing that gap of beating him, and so I'm thereabouts. So, but there's a lot of guys out there who could perform on a day, like what we saw at the Worlds, what happened. So we can't just think about one person. I think yes, he will be there. If you were picked to 5 guys, I think it would be myself, him, another Ethiopian for sure, Kenyan, and Uganda, Moses Kipsira, another training partner of mine who finished 3rd in that race. So there's a lot of guys there. So it's not like just Mo's miles ahead of everybody else. It's not like that, no.
Is there one athlete that we should be looking out for that perhaps we don't really know about?
I think Moses Kipsira. A lot of people that hasn't heard of him, but he's a Commonwealth champion, 10,000 and 5,000. I've done some great sessions with him in the past, so I think he's the one too to watch out. And also my training partner, Gavin Rob. Can't forget about him.
Can't forget him. Graham Cole on Facebook, Mo, wants to know, aside from the lean meats, brown rice and lentils, what real foods help you perform? So I guess those sort of things are really off diet for a lot of people.
Red meat's important because your iron, you spend a lot of spinach, broccoli, anything green beans. So make sure you get good protein as well on top of that. So you kind of have a balance. It depends on the night before a race. You want to eat good carbs and a little bit of protein, and then after a session, get some protein straight into the muscle. So it's important that, and also the most important thing make sure you stay hydrated all the time.
Yeah. This is the final question then, from Tucker Lark. He wants to know, once you've achieved your goals at the 5K and the 10K, and possibly, which you will do after the Olympics, which hopefully we are crossing our fingers for, what is next for you? Will you, like Gabriel Selassie, Radcliffe, or your coach Salazar, look to the marathon? He thinks you'll be great at that too. So what do you reckon?
Yeah, no, definitely. As an athlete, I've watched with great interest, watching the London Marathon. I've competed as a youngster, mini marathon, so it's not the same. And I always want to go that longer distance. So when I finish my track season, hopefully achieve what I achieve and take care of that, then I would like to move up to marathon and hopefully debut one day at the London Marathon.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, I just got to stay injury free, make sure the body, it's good.
Yeah. Nice one. Well, brilliant. Thanks very much, mate.
No worries, man. Thanks for everyone who's taking part, and
pleasure.
Keep enjoying it.
You've been a joy to have.
Yeah, that's been great.
As with you, Anna, as well, from The Guardian. Thanks very much. We have run out of time, so thanks very much for all of your questions. Huge thanks for Mo for taking part and for everything along with that. The rest of the nation, from behalf of the rest of the nation, I should say, good luck to you at the Olympics. We hope you get that gold in both the events that you're competing for, 5K and 10K. Are you competing any others as well?
No, that's it.
So 5K and 10K, fingers crossed for you in the gold. All the best for the summer. Hope preparation even goes well. And we'll be crossing our fingers for you. For more on Mo, visit the Facebook page, www.facebook.com Booper Running, /Booper Running, that is. Thanks again for joining us. Remember to check out that Facebook page, and we'll see you soon. Thanks very much for watching.
Baller alert, better work for them dollars, yeah. Yeah, I tell them all the very, yeah, I'm telling cause of every year. I'm the baller of the year, yeah.